Hi, I'm Dr. Molly with Your Goals Physical Therapy. Hamstring pulls have got to be one of the most frustrating injuries out there. Not that all injuries aren't obnoxious, but it always feels like you pull your hamstring when you hit your stride running. You're getting into it, right? You finally get this good pace going. You know you're gonna beat your prior time for what you're doing that day, and bam, one of your hamstrings, you just feel it pull, and now you're walking the rest of the way. Or you're like the guy that I saw at the USA powerlifting meet the other day, and he was getting set up to pull 700 pounds, which is why I was paying attention, because that seemed very shocking to me. I was like, whoo, 700 pounds, I gotta see this. I gotta see somebody be able to lift that. That's impressive. Anybody who's willing to train that hard and for that long, that is very, very impressive. And so I see him, he gets ready, he gets into his stance, he bends down to pick up the bar, and all of a sudden you just see it. He grabs the back of his leg, hops up. I'm not sure, but there may have been some adult language. He takes off his lifting belt, and he's off the platform there, and he never returns. And so you see him the rest of the time he's at the meet. He's limping, and it's very obvious that he injured his hamstring just getting down into that position. And so I figured, let's talk about how we handle hamstring strains, or hamstring pulls, pardon me. That can happen once. So if you're scouring the earth right now because you just pulled your hamstring and it's never happened before, or maybe you're falling across this because you pull your hamstring all the time and you're wondering why. I'm going to go over a little bit of both. Things that you can do right now if you're actively suffering from a hamstring strain, and then what you should do if this is something that keeps reoccurring for you. So, and again, that could be runners, power lifters. People pull their hamstrings squatting. I know some people who have pulled their hamstring just bending over something in their house, and it just triggered their hamstring to cramp. People who bike ride, especially if you're into the long distance or you're really trying to up your speed, hamstrings just get pulled. And so let's just talk about some things that you can do at home. But actually before that, why don't I tell you why hamstrings get pulled? So that might be a better place to start. Hamstrings get pulled when they're being asked to do a lot of work at their max stretch capacity. So basically the full length of your hamstring, so your leg is stretched out as far as your hamstring will go, and then it's asked to contract, typically pretty quickly. Hence, when you're running, that becomes a problem. Again, squatting, because when you squat down, your hamstring is going to be lengthened. The same thing with deadlifting. So, and again, biking, all these things. So it's typically when that one hamstring is out really far, and then you go to pull it back, and that's when you feel the muscle spasm, or worse, you feel like something got torn. But that's the part that's happening. So what do you do to help your hamstring out that time? Well, if you don't have any bruising, then I would ice it and rest for a little bit, and then gently stretch. And I mean gently. You don't want to be aggressive. You just want to go to the point where the hamstring feels like there's a little tension, and you hang out there for 30 seconds to a minute. And I would do that for several days. So you're not being aggressive at all. You're just trying to calm everything down. And then after that, you start to slowly strengthen that muscle again, as long as your pain level doesn't go up. So really what drives your recovery on that is how annoyed your hamstring is. So if after a couple of days your hamstring doesn't bother you, well, there you go. It was just annoyed for that moment, and we're on with life. But if it's persistent, you want to be icing it, especially if there's any swelling. You want to be icing it. You want to gently stretch it. And as long as that resolves, and you're able to start strengthening it within a week or two, then that was probably just a freak accident, and everything moves on. If you see bruising, you need to go see somebody, because that means something tore, and you need to have somebody assess how damaged or how torn your hamstring is. Could be really minor, it could be major, And you need somebody else to help you figure that out, because that's, I mean, you can't even see that really unless you're looking in a mirror, right? You need somebody else to help you with that, to determine how much strength loss, if any, how much swelling, and things like that. So it might not mean that you have to have imaging, but it might mean that you will. And it's just to make sure that everything's intact, because bruising means something tore. So then that would be the best course of action. Just go find out what it is right then and there as soon as possible, so that you know what needs to be done to help your hamstring. Now, there are people who suffer from hamstring getting pulled all the time. So it's not like one incident, it's like every 6 months. I work with a client right now whose goal after his second hip replacement was to get back to being able to power lift 500 pounds. So very ambitious goal, but this is the goal we're working on. And so one of the things he told me was that he was habitually going in to see the chiropractor every couple months because one hamstring would get pulled. And so I was like, well, do you know why? Like, what's going on with your training program? Did one side feel weaker? Are you stretching? So you go through and try to figure out all the things that are standardly the reasons why a hamstring would be pulled. And that wasn't really the problem. You stretch him, his hamstring length is fine. You look at his strength, overall relatively equal. And so it begs the question, why on earth would one hamstring get pulled over another? The same thing with the gentleman I talked about that was going to go down and pull 700 pounds. Both those hamstrings should have been weighted the same. It's not like one's going to pull harder than the other. Both your feet are on the floor. They should both be doing the same amount of work. But obviously something made one work harder than the other. And so that is where you get the chronic hamstring pulls. So what's causing that? And that is a complicated question or a complicated answer without looking at somebody, because lots of things can functionally affect your hamstring length. Whether they actually measure out the same or not in a standing stretch kind of a situation or laying down stretch, they could measure the same. But then functionally, so while you're doing the activity, something's changing. And honestly, because your hamstring is attached to your hip and your knee, it could be anything from your pelvis that's moving differently on one side than the other to one of your ankles. And then functionally, or during the task that you're trying to do, whether that's running, whether that's trying to do a deadlift, whether that's trying to squat, the hamstring that's getting pulled consistently, for whatever reason, is being stretched harder than the other, or it's being asked to do more work than the other one. And that is what I helped my client figure out. So he hasn't had to go to the chiropractor every 3 months to get adjusted, because we were able to figure out that there was something going on in both one ankle and a hip that was causing him, when he got into his deadlift position, to pull harder on the side that he kept having the habitual hamstring pulls. And so now he doesn't have to deal with that. So that's, I guess that's my big message, right? Is that sometimes if you're especially dealing with the same injury and it's over and over and over again, it might not actually be that muscle that is giving you the problem. That might not be the actual issue. It could be something surrounding it, and that muscle just happens to be taking the brunt of the stress. And so having somebody come in and help you figure out and dissect like what's happening at each level can really help you in your performance. Because it's not like my client's not trying to just pick up things off the floor. She's trying to lift heavy weight. And so any little changes can make a big difference in the overall outcome of what he's able to do. Same thing with running. If he was trying to run, a little bit of change in how your ankle hits the ground really affects everything going up. And so having somebody else come in and help you figure that out can make huge changes and help you really save your hamstring and keep you doing the sport you like to do. So if that's the type of service that you're looking for, and you're trying to push past the level of your deadlift, or you're trying to get better at squatting, or you're trying to improve your stride length when you're running, then send me a direct message or click one of the links below on how to contact me. And let's set up a time to talk just to see how I can help you. I hope you're having a good day. Bye.